no, I won't say that. I won't say that. One that I deal with, and probably the reason why I have noticed this, is eczema. Eczema is also an autoimmune disorder. And the observation that I'm making, or rather the connection to the observation that I'm making, is that this is my hypothesis, really. I believe that the reason why these autoimmune disorders start to show up in our early 40s and in midlife is because, first of all, let's just think about what autoimmunity is. Basically, it's the body turning on itself, the body using all of its defenses against itself, which makes absolutely no sense that our bodies would turn against us. But the reason why I believe it happens is because, one, almost half of our immunity rests in our gut, in our colon. A large part of our immune system lives in our gut. And the way this works is, our colons, they're part of our sewer system. They help to flush out the toxins and the waste that we don't need from the food that we've eaten. And basically what's supposed to happen is whatever nutrients that were there in that food prior to elimination are absorbed through the intestines, and then the waste is pushed out. But if, for whatever reason, like myself, you have had issues with digestion, issues with constipation, elimination throughout life, it kind of it's a setup for disorders in the future if the digestion is not healed, if the issue's not corrected. For me, I've had eczema all of my life, and I haven't always had flare-ups, but I've been noticing this year specifically, I've had a lot of really, really intense flare-ups that have been difficult to get rid of. And usually, if I don't know, like put on the wrong essential oil without a carrier, or, the wrong type of cheap metal, is placed against my body, it's stuff like that would break me out. But this year, the eczema flare-ups have just been really, really persistent. So I'm saying all this to say, like, part of how I have found this out has been just through my own personal experiences and walk concerning this issue. But yeah, I'm saying all this to say, like, protect your digestion, protect your digestive health, because the older that we get, cancer, for instance, is an autoimmune disorder. We don't think of cancer as an autoimmune disorder, but it is. And again, all of these different disorders have to do with our bodies just being too toxic to operate in the ways that they're supposed to. We've got so many toxins floating around in the body that the body doesn't recognize itself. It's like, well, this is foreign. What's all this foolishness up in here? We got to get this out. And so, for me personally, so part of my regimen is I will fast twice a year to help to detox my body and get toxins out. And this fall fast that I did was a little bit different from the way that I will usually fast. It was a little bit more intense, and from a month of fasting with just juices and liquids, and smoothies, I transitioned into a month of eating raw, and have since, after that month, transitioned into becoming a vegan. And part of this detox process has involved getting regular colonics, as well as regular ionic foot baths, and sitting in an infrared sauna on a regular basis. And I'm noticing, as I'm making all of these changes, I'm noticing a difference in my skin, the difficult areas, in particular the back of my hands, have really given me a lot of problems this year. But it's been a long process. We're talking 3 months, that I've been going through this detox. And even though my hands are so much better than they have been in a really, really long time, I'm still healing, and I'm still working on repairing my gut. And I'm realizing this is going to be a lifelong pursuit for the rest of my life in order to stay healthy. And I'm saying all this to say, I feel like so much of what we experience later on in life can be avoided. So many of the illnesses, especially the more serious illnesses, can be prevented just by starting to pay closer attention to our digestion. Because if you think about it, like by the time you hit 40, 45 years old, you've had a lifetime of eating foolishness. And I know that there are some people who, are raised vegan, raised vegetarian, have had healthy diets, and they're just that meticulous with their diet. But that's not normal. Most of us have been raised on a diet full of foolishness for all of our lives. So it's no wonder, we get to 40, it's like, yeah, I've been eating a certain way for 40 years, and our colons hold waste. Our colons hold waste. Just think about baking macaroni and cheese, and after all that macaroni and cheese has been eaten, think about what it takes to clean that baking dish. You gotta soak it. You can't just put it in the dishwater and scrub it for a few minutes and think it's gonna be clean. It doesn't work like that. And that's how our colons are. After 40, 45, 50 years of eating things like macaroni and cheese, which is so good. And I would have the nerve to make this video the day before Thanksgiving. But it's necessary and it's real. Our colons are like those baking dishes. And when we don't soak them, hydrate them, clean them regularly, then we end up with crusted material, crusted waste inside of our colons, which creates leaky gut, because that creates a home for parasites, and parasites begin to eat holes in our intestines. And when we have the leaky gut, we're just reintroducing old waste back into the system, and it makes it really difficult for us to digest or assimilate the nutrients that we are taking. We can be thinking we're doing so great, because we eat so healthy and we eat all the fruits and vegetables in the world, and that is wonderful. However, if we don't have the enzymes to digest the food that we're eating, we're missing the nutrients. So part of this video involves a little field trip, my last visit to my colon hydrotherapist. And I wanted to include this because, for those people who've never had a colonic before, I just wanted to kind of give us a peek into, what is involved. Because I know for a lot of people it can be just a scary thought that somebody is going to take a tube and stick it into my anus and flush all this water into my system. But the end results, just being able to function on a higher level in so many different ways, just, because the body is starting to clean itself. So I think I pretty much said all that was on my mind about this topic for the moment anyway. So yeah, I'll see you at the hydrotherapist office. Hello, beautiful people. This is Shanti with A Healing Intermission, and I am here at Clear Path Wellness receiving a colonic. And I'm not going to talk too much about this process because I want to introduce you to Corey, who is the owner and operator of Clear Path Wellness. And she's got a beautiful, beautiful practice here that I just wanted to introduce you to. And I also wanted to give her an opportunity just to talk a little bit about the benefits of colonics because not everybody knows. So I'm going to turn my camera around. Okay, let me see. Can I do that while I might have to do it manually because I don't see how to turn it around. Hold on a second. Yeah, we're going to do it like this.
Hi, sweet angels. My name is Corey Goto. I am the therapist here at ClearPath. There have other ones too that work with us, Miss Heidi Hackett too. This is what we do. We do hydrocolon therapy. We assist our clients for detoxing. Why colonics is important is because even though we go to the bathroom every day, we are not emptying everything. So it helps to detox and hydrate your body. So it's just purified water that goes in your body, and I operate the machine. So this is a closed system. There is another system too, the open system, but this is a closed system. So what we do is we, as therapists, assist the client to have a better colonic. I will be massaging their intestines. I will operate in the machine for the hydration, and we'll be learning from each other how to help each other because I learn so much from my clients too. Since they're amazingly doing so many things for detoxing and helping themselves, so I learned too. So I would like to show you a little bit of the process. I'm not sure. This is the machine that I use, and you'll probably get to see in a second there a little bit of the waste that is going through. So pay attention. I'm not sure. Yep, you saw just a little bit in the corner. It's very hard to do the videos for that because of the lighting that is in the machine. And but maybe you got a chance to see a little bit. So this is how it's done, very tastefully done, as you can tell. And come to see us, call us. We give you more information. Nothing to be worried about it or be afraid. I've been doing colonics for myself for 18 years, and I've been doing colonics for my clients for 12 years. So, any questions, anything, please let us know. We are at Clear Path Wellness Center. It is in Sandy Springs. Our phone number is 404 497 9268. Love you. God bless you, and be awesome up there.
Thank you, Corey. So yes, please, if you're in the Atlanta area and you have the opportunity, please come and visit ClearPath Wellness. They've got some other really great modalities that they provide as well, in addition to the colon hydrotherapy. So I'm gonna cut this short so I can continue with my detox.
We have a little bit more of a video. Maybe you can see some of that going through. Let me see. Excellent. There we go. Yep. It is very hard, like I said, because of the light that helps me to identify some of the waste.
Now that's full transparency right there. You're actually seeing the waste coming out of my body. And I guess I'm kind of weird because I like that. I like to know that my body is detoxing and that I'm getting healthier with whatever it is that I'm doing to just support